Still here in Atlanta Motor Speedway, so looks like I'm about to leave this right now since I cannot absolutely regain, so I just rejoined this game, but I actually did, so let us go right here into the Sprint Motor Speedway, so let us jump in right there into this place, and my blue head is on fire, and looks like I'm about to get teleported right there on this moment. So we are about to get into this Sprint Motor Speedway. So looks like there was one car chassis whatsoever. And looks like we got NASCAR cars and even some kind of vehicles. So we got teleports and we got a Grand Atlanta Motor Speedway. So looks like even though it was absolutely a Sprint Motor Speedway, so if we're going to be driving some cars, we got the Racer's Edge cars, the number 22 car of tomorrow. There's the number 24, known actually as the Daytona prototype. So even though I just might able to drive some cars, but they actually doing just like the realistic chassis. And there's the lobby right over there. So we're at the Sprint Motor Speedway. So looks like we'll let us jump into number 22. So absolutely it is going to be best. And I'm going to be turning off my volume as well. And I really hope it is going to be more loud than I ever tried to hear this. So I'm really trying to turn down the volume. I really don't know what it is. So you know this track, let me know in the comments. In fact, some cars are way more impossible to drive, so we're at over 100 miles an hour per speed, and looks like we're taking on a trip to a road environmentally, and there must be a little road course out there, and looks like it was just like Charlotte, and even it's just like Texas Motor Speedway road course. And even it's just well and absolutely we're going for a few laps with the number 22. We're absolutely hitting for over 150 miles an hour. So until that, and looks like we're taking things for slowing things down. So looks like we're at lap number 1. And unfortunately, if you continuously drive with some cars, we're under going for 100 miles an hour. So until then, we're almost hitting for 200 miles an hour and just before the turn 3, and we just continue for just lots of laps. And this is what happens if you're going for a slow sharp edge at the corner, and we cannot just absolutely do as well. So if you're going to be hitting to top speed and if you're going for this first corner, you may think it would absolutely slow you down during this turn of corners. So the next lap should be not right else. So if we're gonna be continuing for so much laps for this number 22. 20 laps later, I'm going to be using as the Indy car, but I'm still using a number 22. So looks like I left the NASCAR right here back into the pits. And looks like we're going to start a road course moment. So I'm not recommended to use a Formula 1 type, so it is pretty much for impossible to drive around the road course. And looks like we're using a road course as well, and looks like I'm really taking some corners, and I'm pretty good at motorsport, and not so well. I'm almost going to give a bad time for it, just like in NASCAR Unleashed for this race place. And looks like we're going to be slowing down, carry on speed right in front of there. So carry much speed as fast as possible. So try not to hit under 40 miles an hour. So carry speed into the turn number 3. And looks like how many turns on this road course. And absolutely we did a pretty good lap. So next, we're going to be testing around the Speedway. So looks like we're hitting over 210 miles an hour, or just even the max top speed was actually 220 miles an hour. So even I'm just going to be completing for road course again. So let me just choose a NASCAR, but sometimes I cannot able to choose whatsoever, and we just didn't complete for a couple more laps because of the hitting so much walls for just a big hit. And looks like we're just having a grand hit for this wall hits. A lot of wall hits as well. So even I'm going for this car back into the pits. So the Indy car must be reset. And if I'm about to reset my character, so I'm required to get back in NASCAR. So even the top speed looks not very intense for so well. Since I'm already at the pits that I'm going to be inside, even I just got spin out and beginning of the pits, so this car needs to just make a perfect parking spot and just a good return, and we're gonna be trying some Formula 1 cars just for well, so I'm not going to be resetting for my character, especially I'm going for Daytona prototype. So it is about time to use the number 48, so I cannot do this anymore, so it's time to absolutely use the number 24, and it also cannot able to handle and very hard to steer as well. So we're gonna be choosing a Formula 1 car. We're gonna be using for the number 17. So let's jump right in and straight into the speed as road course. And I'm not going to be in contact with this chassis car, so even the chassis are going to be look better as well. So let's take on a further look, and we're going to be taking with this Formula 1 car. So absolutely it was almost impossible to drive and steer like just always like that. So anyways, let's hit this car up, and the top speed of the Formula 1 car, it was just 206 miles an hour, so pretty much well, and we're almost going to get out of the speedway, and looks like we just have come to an halt on the turn number 4, so we got a adjust problem right here, so let me just reset my character.
Later.
Once I regain for the Formula 1 car, it's time for just a pain lapse of this Formula 1 car known as the number 17. So if we're going to do a road course, so it won't able to handle so much. And looks like we're going to turn out, and let's just have some pain laps and some really things like stuff to do so. And it must be today, and absolutely it was the F1 2013. So it actually looks like an F1 2010 or even just 2011 as well. So even just much, let's speed right into the second lap, and we're just having a lot of pain like these things, and unfortunately, so this Formula 1 car might able to get back into the pits, and we're not doing just a road course due to actual harder pain for this stuff, and absolutely Indy cars only for this road course. And just like the Formula 1 car, just going to hit for the lap number 3. And since we're going for back into the pits, so even just one more lap to go. And unfortunately, this car won't able to handle so much. And let's just take a few pain laps to go until it's well done.
Several bad puns later.
Looks like the dirty laps are just finished. And because of the wall attack, and I mean, it was just wall tap, and by the way, so even for just wall hits or something like anything it goes, so the best thing that you can do is to drive every summer like else, and even you drive as the number 22 race car. So absolutely I'm going to be resetting my character. It must be this kind of quite a bit not easy whatsoever. So if I'm going to be driving a chassis car, so even this is going to be a test drive such as well, so let's turn down the volume as well, such as I'm going to be fast as possible that I could do.
Many minutes later.
After some weird test drives, so let's going to teleport to the viewing area. And you cannot actually teleport it right somewhere else, so it must be a very teleportation, so you might not able to teleport with some other stuff due to the unexpected errors. So anyways, let's get back into the hub. And what on earth? What on earth? Did I just got terminated? And even well, so I hope you enjoyed this video, so such as well. So even I'm going to be resetting this character, so even is about to make it possible, but not such a thing. Once I reset the Sprint Motor Speedway, it's time to head back, and if you want to teleport to grandstands or viewing area, and we're not going to be using the area things, and you cannot to teleport anything that you want, and it kills your account. And because of that, so let's get back into the lobby, shall we? And what is going to be thing that's something like kind of, so I'm still going to be teleporting back, so how can I teleport back? Anyways, I rejoined the game, and looks like we came for a Atlanta Motor Speedway instead of the Sprint Motor Speedway, so it cannot return back, and you hope you like this game. So if you liked for this game, so go to this Paul 2448 game right now. So it was pretty in description, so you can absolutely go to the Sprint Motor Speedway, and you cannot go back into the lobby while you're at this game. So anyways, if you leave a like of this game, so absolutely we're gonna be driving anyways, and but not we're going to be doing a international derby system, and you cannot actually going to this one as well. So if you're about to go for this one, it absolutely terminates your account. So looks like, and I'm about to end of this video, so much well. And if you enjoy for this game, so this game is linked in description below. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and this is Turbo Concepts signing off, and I'll talk to you guys all later. Until next one.